Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have more news today, so as always, let's get straight to it. The very first thing that I want to show you guys are some incredible custom Jurassic Park style figures that were recently created by Jurassic_Repaints on Instagram. They have actually created some fantastic Jurassic Park style dinosaurs. They have a Velociraptor, a JP3 style Velociraptor, as well as a male Tyrannosaurus Rex, and honestly, they are so gorgeous. Like, they obviously are very, very much so beautifully sculpted, and you can order them either unpainted or painted, and you can see again the screen accuracy is pretty much on point, and on top of everything they feature articulation, which makes them even cooler. So definitely some gorgeous models created by them. If you are interested in picking some up, I will include links in the description to where you can check them out on Instagram and inquire further about purchasing some of these unbelievably beautiful Jurassic Park style dinosaurs. As far as Jurassic Justin goes, I want to let you guys know that he has recently announced the Primitive War Vulture Valley toy line. He has teamed up with the creators of Primitive War to create a novel toy line featuring all sorts of different species from the Primitive War novels, and I'm very excited for this, to say the least. Like, I have read one of the comics of Primitive War, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. In fact, I even have a review up here on the channel for it, but again, Jurassic Justin behind a toy line for them is pretty darn incredible, and I cannot wait to see what he has in this toy line coming at some point in the near future. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that Dinomikemak is back at it again with a brand new release, and it actually launches officially today as he is releasing his Dinosaurs of the World Ultimate Dinosaur Field Guide. Now, this is obviously a Jurassic Park inspired release and Jurassic World inspired release. It features dinosaurs from across the entire Jurassic franchise and features species profiles and never before seen renders of all of the different dinosaurs from Jurassic Park to Jurassic World and in between. In fact, it even goes all the way up until Chaos Theory, which is, of course, the most recent Jurassic release that we now have as far as media goes. And you can see as we kind of move through the images here, it looks super nice and definitely something that any Jurassic fan, I'm sure, is interested in. Also, when it comes to the field guide, I did want to let you guys know that the new field guide actually comes in a binder format, which lets you customize the contents of the field guide. So basically, if you don't like, dinosaurs or hybrids or something like that, you can remove them from your field guide. So I think that's actually a really good idea on the part of Dinomikemak, giving people the opportunity to basically edit their own field guide. So if you are interested in grabbing one for yourself, I will of course include a link in the description to where you can do that through Dinomikemak, so make sure you check that out and grab yours today. Also, some more really exciting news has just come out recently, and that is the fact that Creative Beast Studio is going to be teaming up with Eons Show to create some 1/18th scale super articulated woolly mammoth figures. We don't have a whole lot as far as information or anything goes on this quite yet, although Creative Beast Studio had recently shown off a prototype for a baby mammoth at a toy show recently, and you can see this image here shows that off. So maybe that is a little sneak peek of one of the mammoths that are included in this line, but definitely something to be hyped about, and I love seeing Creative Beast Studio expand into new territories and creating figures again in collaboration with different companies. Also, as far as W Dragon goes, they recently teased a new model coming from them. You can see it is a Spinosaurus. That's definitely something that I kind of would have expected them to have created already, besides of course the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus that they have created, but I'm surprised that they haven't, and of course they are now of course rectifying that, because we are getting a Spino and it looks really nice from what we can see here. As far as the head sculpt goes, this is the only image we have of it so far, but it definitely looks like it could be one of the coolest Spinos on the market once it releases. And then as far as Rod's random work goes, he is currently working on a brand new model. You can see he's working on a baby Zilla, and this is as far as he has progressed as far as me making this video and any images I have seen of it, but it looks really nice, definitely very much so screen accurate, and I feel like baby Zilla consistently gets overlooked, so I'm pretty hyped to see some more images of this, and of course actually seeing this when it is fully finished and created by Rod's random work. He has created some unbelievable models in the past, and I'm sure this will be no different. And then as far as Dino Dream goes, they have unveiled their young Tyrannosaurus Rex that they will be releasing, and man, does this thing ever look beautiful. When it comes comes to the young Rex, something we haven't had too many models or figures for, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, that I have ever seen, and I am definitely hyped to see this one when it does officially release. No doubt a purchase for me, and I'm sure many others. It looks great from these early images. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that as far as Passion Charger goes, the resin kit of his Sinraptor and Gigant Spinosaurus is officially ready to go. You can purchase this in 1/35th scale as well as 1/20th scale, and of course those price ranges would be, for 1/35th scale you would see the price of around $180. For 1/20th scale the price would be around $240, but it looks like an absolutely incredible kit, and I am definitely hoping to get my hands on this at some point in the near future and of course review for you guys. And then when it comes to Titanic Creations, they recently had shown off some images of some of their upcoming figures, one of which is their super articulated Titanicus, and this thing looks really nice, honestly. Like, I am super hyped to get a look at this figure, of course, because again, I'm just a big fan of Titanic Creations as a whole, and I've always enjoyed their Titanicus creation, and I've always wanted the standard figure. I just never got around to actually purchasing it because there's always so many things I'm trying to get my hands on, but this looks really nice. And on top of that, they've also recently, revealed a Pulgasari, and we have our first look at that as well, which looks gorgeous, honestly. It is a beautiful figure, a beautiful interpretation of Pulgasari, and that is definitely one of the most overlooked kaiju I could possibly ever imagine, and it seems as though that's pretty much the theme of things when it comes to Titanic Creations, is taking the most overlooked and obscure kaiju and bringing them to life in action figure form, and I'm very excited to see them doing that with Pulgasari as well. Also, as far as Beasts of the Mesozoic goes, yes, I know we mentioned a little bit about them earlier, but we do have a look at the prototype of their Deinonychus, and again, giving us a really nice look at this one. It looks beautiful, just like every dinosaur does, honestly, from the Beasts of the Mesozoic, but I've specifically been really impressed with their recent raptors as far as the Achillibator and Utah Raptor, and seeing this Deinonychus and such a nice paint scheme on this, I'm definitely hyped for the release of this one. Of course, it's not going to be releasing anytime soon, but we can at least sit here and drool over these nice images. Also, as far as Lana Time Shop goes, if you've been following along with them, you know that they have their own line out of resin models. They have a Utah Raptor and a Tyrannosaurus Rex out. They're also going to have this one coming out, the Untatherium, and man, does this ever look nice. It's probably one of the best prehistoric mammal models I think I've seen, and I'm definitely hyped for this one. I'm a big fan of prehistoric mammals, especially species like this that you don't see too often. So definitely going to be getting my hands on this one and adding it to my collection. And of course, if you are interested in doing the same, keep following Lana Time Shop on their social media accounts, so when this does become available, you can grab it right away. Then as far as Lulu's Customs and Classics goes, he recently has begun implementing articulation into his figures. I have promoted quite a bit of his work in the past here on the channel. He always has some fantastic stuff that he's working on, and a lot of fantastic models that are currently released, but as you can see, he has gone ahead and recreated his Scorpios Rex, now including articulation, which is very exciting, especially in today's craze of articulated figures. Everybody seems to love articulation on their figures, and I'm very excited about the inclusion of articulation on his models now. I don't know if it's going to be a consistent thing, but I would think so. You can also kind of see a sneak peek of the painted version back there as well. Definitely excited about this. Cannot wait to get one of these in my hands and check it out for you guys here on the channel. Of course, if you are interested in following him, I will include links in the description to his social media accounts where you can continue to follow along with all of his progress. Also, Haolonggood is back at it again. Surprise, surprise, they have a brand new figure out. They have the Cychania, and man, does this ever look nice. Like, I love the paint apps of these two. It's nothing overly flashy, but I really like the way that they've created these, especially that kind of grayish one. I am a huge fan of that one. I think that's definitely going to be my favorite once these are officially in my hands. They're definitely released already. That's something to keep in mind if you are interested in grabbing them. You can order them currently through Lana Time Shop, but I think they look really nice, very nicely sculpted. Definitely another overlooked species now included in the Haolonggood line. And at this point, that poster, image that we had seen a ways back where they had just shown off all of the other figures that they were going to be releasing, they are covering that quick, and in no time we're going to be moving on from them into something new. And I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Haolonggood. But man, this latest string of figures have honestly been some of their best, and this again is exactly the same case. Also, as far as new figures go, PNSO as well has a brand new release out. They have released a Bionx, and that's something that I think many people were very much so looking forward to, very much so anticipating, and I think the sculpt looks great on this. Definitely a very nicely sculpted Bionx. Not a whole lot going on as far as the paint apps and color scheme goes, but I never really, expect a whole lot when it comes to the original prototype images. I feel like I always have to wait until I see a PNSO figure in person, because almost every single time I always feel like the PNSO paint apps look way better in hand on the actual release than they do from the original prototype images. So can't really judge the paint apps until I see it in person, but I think it looks like a great Bionx. Also, as far as Rebor goes, they have unveiled one of the paint schemes for their upcoming V-Rex, and it definitely looks nice. Again, I feel like there is just something slightly off about this V-Rex, and I can't quite put my fingers on it. And I'm not saying it's something that's like a deal breaker for me, I just feel like it looks a little bit strange, but overall, it is a really nicely sculpted, as far as the fine detail goes, version of a V-Rex, and the paint apps look really nice on it. I will absolutely be picking this one up. There's no doubt about that, but again, it's just a little bit off, I think. I don't know. I really can't put a finger on it. I don't know if it's the head sculpt, the positioning of the legs. Something just looks a little strange for me, but I still think it looks like a really cool V-Rex, and one that I will definitely be adding to my collection. And then as far as Mattel goes, we have some new Fierce Changers that have been revealed, and every single time I think this line is over, Mattel randomly pulls some more out. And I will say that this time they do have some pretty cool species that they've included, stuff that I definitely wasn't expecting to end up in the Fierce Changers line, specifically like the Tyrannosaurus is one that I will absolutely be grabbing. I don't know who I'm trying to fool though, because for some reason I consistently grab these all the time, so I'll probably end up grabbing them all and reviewing them here on the channel. But they do also feature some really nice paint schemes. I'm surprised as well at how good the paint apps look, and the very nice vibrant colors some of them have. I just like Collect Jurassic actually mentioned, I would not mind seeing some of these figures in the main line with paint schemes like this. And now we get to the rumors section of the video, because there was a post put up by Jurassic Toys Official on Instagram recently explaining some potential rumored figures for Mattel. Now again, we can only take these with a grain of salt, because it's just basically some rumors that were going around, and who knows if we're actually getting these figures, but I felt like it was something that was pretty fun to go over, and I believe Jurassic Toys Official has actually been correct about quite a bit of things like this in the past, so I felt like it was worth mentioning. So as you can see, we've got a line called the Invasion Pack, and again, like I said, please keep in mind that these may not actually be what we are going to be getting. It's just rumors at this point, but there are some very interesting species that we can see in this lineup, especially, finally getting a Coelophysis, something that we saw in the Kenner toy line. I'm really excited about potentially getting in this line from Mattel. But then when you go over, you've got the Combat Pack, again, some really cool species, and kind of strange seeing the Alioramus coming back. I don't know if that's going to be the same figure we had before, or maybe a brand new sculpt. Again, if it is in fact something that we are going to be getting. The Fearsome Roar line, and of course these do sound honestly like, names that Mattel would come out with for their figures. You can see some more really cool stuff. Of course, in my opinion, the most exciting here would be the Nanuqsaurus, and then we have the gigantic Hunters line here with the Torvosaurus and Saltosaurus. Those would be really neat to see in the Mattel line. And then the Destroy and Dominate Tyrannosaurus Rex. No Mattel line is complete without a brand new T-Rex. So again, as I said, keep in mind that these are just rumors. It's definitely nothing that's confirmed, and we have absolutely no idea how true this is, but it was pretty interesting stuff that I felt like I should show off to you guys and mention to you guys, and hopefully that will be what we get at some point in the near future. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way. But until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.